Feeling uncertain about how to shuffle your tarot cards? You're in the right place. I'm going to share 3 of the most important tips that I've learned in my over 20 years as a professional tarot reader. On to the first tip about how to shuffle your tarot cards. There aren't any hard and fast rules about how to shuffle your tarot cards, no matter what anybody says. On to the next tip. There are 3 main ways that you can shuffle, not including 78 pickup. And that's, if you're familiar with 52 pickup, 78 is the number of tarot cards in a deck. And if you don't know that already, that's a number that you want to know cold. The first way is overhand shuffling. This is my preferred way. The most important point with this is not to do it in an agitated way, because you don't want that agitated energy going into the dynamic of the reading. Just be calm and steady with your approach. Also, notice how I'm not jamming the cards in there. I'm picking up a few cards. If you don't already know how to shuffle this way, maybe you already do. But I'm picking them up and I'm holding them slightly loosely with this hand and allowing them to drop in a bit. That's the basic idea. And sometimes though, I also shuffle until I get a click, when I get an intuitive click when to stop. And part of that includes these cards being not jumping around too much like they just did earlier, like that. I like it to be settled down and I get that intuitive click. And that's basically it. If cards do jump out and actually fall out, those can actually be a message as well. So that's overhead shuffling. The second way is casino shuffling. This is my wife demonstrating. She does this kind of shuffling mostly to help really clear her deck. I don't like casino shuffling myself because I don't like to bend the cards too much, and it also seems just a bit too mechanical. But there's nothing wrong with it if you want to use it. Just use it to clear up your deck. Clears up your deck from previous readings pretty well, and then use the unhurried style of overhand shuffling that I just demonstrated when you want to ask your question. And the third way is to put your cards on a table and mess them around. This is great if you have the space and you also really like to read reversed cards. It's also good if you're reading for someone who doesn't feel comfortable shuffling with overhand style. Quick note though, if you're a beginner, you're looking at this, I'm assuming you're just beginning your interest in learning how to read tarot, I wouldn't recommend jumping into reading reverse cards at this point, because it's going to be a lot more information than you need to take in right away. At this point, you probably have even more questions about reading tarot cards. Don't worry, I've put together a free guide that covers most of the basics that you need to know to get started. And you just have to click the link in the description box to get it. On to the next tip. Okay, so this is a demonstration of what I do to cleanse my deck, and to really, when I want to shuffle it instead of casino shuffling, I lay them out in, it's going to fit, I hope, 5 piles. So I lay out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just keep going until I'm done the whole deck. Just keep going, 3, 4. It's going to be 15 times. You're going to get to 75. And then at the end, you're going to have 76, 77, 78. So you're going to just fill out the last 3 on the very last round when you're done in your pile, because there are 78 cards in the deck. And that's how you'll know that you aren't missing any cards. And then what you would do is you would take pile 1, put it on top of pile 3, then on top of pile 5, stacking it on top of each other, and then stack on top of pile 2, and on pile 4, and then you'd have the complete deck, just saving time in the video here, and the cards would be completely rearranged in a different order than they were, which is why it cleanses it, and it's a great way to completely reshuffle, and then you can get into your overhand shuffling. Okay, a quick note about how to lay out the cards, how to cut the deck after you've shuffled them, and we're not going to do spreads today, but how you can cut them. So you've got your deck shuffled. You can just pick it up, some people say in your left hand, and allow them to drop into 3 piles. That's one way, and then restack them from pile 1, pile 2, and then on top of pile 3. You don't have to do that. That's one way of doing it. I do it differently. You don't even have to use your left hand. I do, just out of habit after so many years, but I actually just cut like this. I just where it cuts. And then I choose the pile that I want on top. It almost always seems to be the middle pile lately. And my readings I'm doing for myself are very accurate. So, and for clients, of course, they choose the pile. But that's up to you again, how you want to do it. There's also the method that I like sometimes. Sometimes I like to switch it up. Fan it out. I like to warm up my hands a bit and then pick my cards this way. Boom. You can leave it face down if you want, or you can have it face up if you want right away. Again, these are all just preferences. They're not hard and fast rules. So that's what you can do that's a few of the things you can do as far as cutting your deck and laying out the cards. At this point in the video, you might be wondering, where do I go next? Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I'll be uploading a lot more videos about how to read tarot, as well as sharing experiences from my own journey as a professional tarot reader. And if you have any specific questions related to tarot, leave them in the comments below. Who knows, I might even make a video about that. Thank you so much for watching. The light in me sees the light in you.